Hello everyone, welcome back to another What's for Dinner video, or welcome if you are new. My name is Veronica. Today's video is a collab with my sweet friend Anne from over at What's Up Family Home. I will link her video as well as the link to her channel below, so make sure that you go check her channel out and let her know that I sent you. She also shares What's for Dinner videos and grocery hauls, and she is super sweet. This week we had some very simple and easy but delicious meals, so I hope it can give your family some meal inspiration or maybe some new meal ideas to try. Let's get to cooking! This night for dinner, I fixed ham and Swiss sliders. They are super easy to make and they are delicious. I have fixed these several times over the years. I am doubling this recipe, but I will give you all my original recipe, and then if you all would like to double it, you can double it, or you can keep it small if you have a smaller family. The first thing that I do is open my 12 count of King's Hawaiian sweet dinner rolls, and I just cut them apart and slice them open. And then I add some mayonnaise to the top portion of those dinner rolls. These sliders are great for dinner, but they are also great to take if you are going to some kind of gathering where you need to take a food item, or game day. They're great for game day as well. And then I take 12 slices of deli sliced honey ham, and I just fold each slice of ham over and I place it on top of the bottom portion of the dinner rolls. After I get all of my ham added, I then take 3 slices of Swiss cheese and I cut the cheese into fourths, and then I add each little piece of Swiss cheese on top of the ham on the dinner rolls. Cutting the Swiss cheese this way leaves the perfect amount of Swiss cheese and the perfect size of cheese to go on each slider. After I get all of the Swiss cheese added to the sliders, I then just take the top portion of the dinner rolls that I had put the mayonnaise on, and I just place them back on top of the sliders. Once I get my sliders put back together, I just place them to the side, and in a large bowl I melt 1/4 cup of butter. And then I add in 1½ teaspoons of onion powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, and 1/2 plus 1/4 teaspoon of Dijon mustard. At this point, you can also add in 1½ teaspoons of poppy seeds if you have it. I didn't have any on hand. They're still delicious without them, but if you have them, you can add them at this point as well. And then I take a whisk and whisk all of those ingredients together until everything is well combined. Once I get that mixed up really well, I then pour that mixture on top of the sliders, and then I take a brush and kind of brush the top of the sliders, and if there's a lot of that mixture in the bottom of the baking dish, I just kind of put it on top to make sure the sliders are well coated in the mixture. I then place a piece of aluminum foil over top of the sliders and I let that set for 10 minutes. And after 10 minutes, I stick them in the oven that I had preheated to 350 degrees and I cook them for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, I then remove the aluminum foil and then I stick them back in the oven and cook them for an additional 2 more minutes. And that's it. They're done and they are delicious. This night for dinner, I fixed creamy chicken and broccoli using the McCormick 1 Skillet creamy chicken and vegetables seasoning. The first thing that I done was melt 1 tablespoon of butter in a large skillet over medium-high heat, and then I added 1 pound of thinly sliced boneless chicken breast, and I cooked them for about 3 to 4 minutes on each side until each side was lightly golden brown. And I'm fixing 2 packs of this McCormick chicken and broccoli meal. And so I have 2 skillets, if you can see that in there. I'm feeding 6 people, so I wanted to make sure that we had enough for 6 people. After my chicken was golden brown, I then removed the chicken from the skillet. And if you use this McCormick creamy chicken and vegetable seasoning, you can cook this with any vegetable. We just chose broccoli because we all like broccoli. And after I removed my chicken from my skillet, I then added in 1 more tablespoon of butter, and then I added in a bag of broccoli, and I cooked my broccoli for a few minutes until my broccoli was tender. Whenever my broccoli was like a tender, crispy kind of texture, I then added in 1 cup of milk, and then I poured in the packet of the McCormick creamy chicken and vegetable seasoning, and I stirred all of that up really well. After all of that was well combined, I then brought it to a boil, and then I just stirred it occasionally, and then I returned the chicken back to my skillet and I reduced the heat to a simmer, and I cooked it until the chicken was heated completely through. You also want the sauce to thicken up as well, so while your chicken is finishing its cooking process, your sauce will also thicken up. And I just kind of stirred it, like I said, occasionally, and that way my chicken would be heated on all sides, and that's it. It's super easy. I also laid out some Rhodes dinner rolls earlier in the day, and that way they could be rising. So we had Rhodes dinner rolls with our meal, and they are absolutely delicious. I always squirt just a drop of parquet butter on top of each roll. Any kind of roll that I fix, I do this every time. It just makes the rolls so much better. And then I take a brush and brush the butter on top of the rolls. And I also do this process whenever I take the rolls out of the oven as well. And like I said, they are so good that way. I also bought some Land O'Lakes cinnamon and sugar butter to go with these rolls whenever we was eating them, and this butter and those rolls combined are so good. If you have never tried that, I highly recommend you trying those rolls with that butter. And then our meal was done and it turned out wonderful. We all loved it. The chicken and broccoli and that creamy texture was delicious. This night for dinner, I fixed Tater Tot Chili Dog Casserole. The first thing that I done was slice up 10 hot dogs. This was our first time trying this meal and it turned out pretty good. If you have kids, this is a kid-friendly recipe, or if you are a busy mom or dad that cooks for your family and you want just simple ingredients, this may be the recipe for you. So after I finally have all of my hot dogs chopped up, I then added them into a very large bowl. You want a large bowl so you can mix up all of your ingredients together. And then you want to add in one 25-ounce can of chili and one 15-ounce can of chili, and you can use whatever brand of chili your family likes the best, or you can make homemade chili, just whatever your family likes. And then I stirred up the chili and the hot dogs together, and that way my hot dogs was well coated in the chili. I then added in about 1 cup of finely shredded cheese to that, and I mixed that up as well. And then you want to add in your tater tots. I only had a large bag of tater tots, so I kind of had to eyeball this. I ended up adding more than what should have been in there, but it's okay. It still turned out good. But you also want to save some tater tots to add to the top of your casserole. Once I got my tater tots added, I then mixed that up, and that way the tater tots was coated with the chili and the cheese and the hot dogs, just all of that well combined. Once I had all of that mixture well combined, I then poured the chili mixture into a 9 by 13 inch baking dish, and I just spread that in my baking dish evenly. I then topped my tater tot chili dog casserole with an even layer of tater tots. I then placed it in the oven that I had preheated to 350 degrees, and I baked it uncovered for 45 minutes. After 45 minutes, I removed it from the oven, and then I topped it with my remaining cheese. It was about another cup of finely shredded mild cheddar cheese, and I just spread that cheese evenly over top of my casserole, and then I placed it back in the oven and I baked it for another 5 minutes. You just want that cheese to melt. And here it is fresh out of the oven. Super simple to make. I love easy recipes. I don't like recipes that are super complicated where I can't understand the instructions or I've never even heard of an ingredient. So this was a great one and my whole family enjoyed it. If you like chili cheese tots, you may want to give this a try. This night for supper, I fixed some Tyson Anytizers chicken fries, and our sides, I fixed some Knorr rice sides with the cheddar and broccoli, and some Sister Schubert dinner yeast rolls, and I just fixed each one according to the package directions. This is one of our favorite fast, easy meals whenever we've had a very busy day. That's it for today's video. I hope that you all enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a great day.